Once you have kind of figured this person out, one of the key things that always happens is narcissistic rage. And this is where you begin to see pure evil. There's no other way I can describe this other than you are seeing a person that you've never seen before, that you never in a million years would ever have thought was even capable of being this person. Like, talk about the complete opposite of what you first met in the beginning of your relationship. The things that are done in a narcissistic rage can honestly be extremely dangerous. Now, you have to understand, this is just like any other disorder or disease in the sense that because they're going through withdrawals, because they're so angry at you for essentially taking away their favorite toy, which is you and exposing them and showing the world like, hey, I see who this person is and you guys don't see this. Just that whole ability to see this person for who they are, whereas maybe no one else has ever done that before, that will cause this person to go into a severe, serious rage. And this rage is basically just a coping mechanism that they have in order to, on some level, deal with what's happening. Now, what's happening is because you're exposing them, you're basically showing not only them, but also the world that they're not perfect, that they're actually flawed. And that goes against the entire image that this person has tried to portray and the character that they've tried to play for so long. So, of course, they're going to get extremely upset and angry. Now, like I said, what can happen in a narcissistic rage is very different depending on the person, but there are a ton of things that could happen in terms of physical abuse, verbal abuse, violence, bullying, just being very relentless with what it is that they want. They could begin gaslighting you. They can begin spreading rumors about you. This is where the smear campaigns come into play. Or, of course, they could also use the I'm the victim approach, which is it wasn't I'm the victim. I was in this terrible relationship with this person that just didn't understand me, and these are the reasons why the relationship's ending, or this is what this person actually does, and I'm the poor helpless victim that is never understood by anyone. So it can go either way in terms of this narcissistic rage that they're about to start doing. So now, once the rage has kind of like subsided a little bit, they're going to go back into a little bit of their normal tactics, right? And so they're going to go right back into manipulation. This is kind of like that abusive cycle that I talk about like so often. Control, manipulation, and supply are like the three things that every narcissist is going to need and going to use in their games with people, their quote relationships with people. Now, the rage was just basically backlash of them feeling out of control because you now see them differently than what they want you to see. So they're going to go back into manipulation in order to start to hopefully gain control over perhaps what you think of them or perhaps what other people now think of them. So now in this phase of manipulation, there's a lot of things that can happen. One of the things that often happens is a little bit of cruelty because they still know that on some level, you know who they are, right? So they might try to manipulate you and be the nice person again and try to like win you over, but they're gonna do certain things, just cruel things to basically get under your skin to expose who you are. So this is when they're going to start picking at you. Because remember, this person knows exactly who you are too. They know exactly where your wounds are. They know where to cut you at your knees. They know what to do to you to get under your skin. And they're going to try every trick in the book. So they're going to provoke you. They're going to say things to you. They're going to want to kind of shove a new supply in their face or show you that you're not important to them either. So they're going to play this childish game now because they want to, like I said, they want to provoke you because they want to get under your skin so you can react. Because by you reacting and you becoming irrational or you getting entangled in the drama or you going into a rage yourself over something that they're doing and they're saying, it basically makes them feel better because they, and this sounds so sick and twisted, but they actually get a high off of you suffering because on some level it proves to them that they matter, that they exist, that they're there and they can get under your skin. And I don't even know if it makes them feel better. It just makes them feel important. Like, hey, I matter to this person because I can get under their skin and they can react to me. It's a high. It's just the same thing as, being a great source of narcissistic supply and giving this person admiration and love. And yep, I'm going to sweep that under the rug and whatever you want in the relationship. That is no different than you getting entangled in the drama that they're trying to trying to give you and you becoming enraged. It's the same high that they're going to get. That's why they always say a narcissist needs attention, no matter if it's negative attention or positive attention. So like I said, they're going to use gaslighting, they're going to use smear campaigns. If you have to now co-parent with someone who's narcissistic and the relationship's ending or you're going through the divorce, this is when they're going to say, nope, you cannot talk to your child right now because I have them. They're going to withhold financial stuff from you. They're going to withhold information from you. They're not going to tell you things because they want to hurt you. Remember, all narcissistic rage is wanting to hurt you. So everything that is now happening to you, whatever backlash this person's giving you, threats, bullying, even physical, abuse, verbal abuse, being childish, whatever it is that this person is doing is a result of the fact that they have been exposed and they want to do anything in order to hurt you. Now, if they start with little things, like being vindictive or a bully or saying something to kind of get under your skin and you never react, they're going to actually keep coming with like bigger guns and bigger guns. So just be prepared. Whatever it is that you're going through, it is extremely difficult dealing with this type of person when they're in this kind of a rage. So once you know who a person is and they've been exposed and you're in the midst of this, you will 100% watch this video and say, yes, that's exactly what happened to me. And the more you kind of stand on your own 2 feet and you're like, I got this, I have that wall up and everything that you're trying to give me, it's just bouncing right off of me. I hate to say this, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to come back even bigger and bigger until eventually this person learns, okay, I cannot break this person. It's just like any boundaries with any person. If you've always been a certain way for so long and you begin to change, it's going to cause the people in your life to go, okay, I guess I can't get away with that. Because you have to teach people who the new you is, what you are willing to tolerate and what you are not willing to tolerate. And for some people that have very relentless, abusive personalities, it can take a really, really long time. I get tons of messages from people saying, okay, I'm responding, I'm not reacting, and I'm still in the midst of this with this person. Like they're not learning. And now it's almost like they're starting to beat you down. You have to keep at it because I'm telling you, at some point, it absolutely will stop. Now, if you are in any kind of relationship with this person and on some level they can sense that the manipulation is starting to work a little bit, here's where hoovering comes into play. So now I've gone from complete devil, evil person, narcissistic rage, doing so many things that are completely abusive and hurtful and vindictive and nasty and all these things to you basically kind of getting beaten down a little bit where now you're a little vulnerable and you're like, okay, I guess I was going overboard or whatever the case is. Here's where the love bombing comes in. Here's where they're going to use fear. Here's where they're going to use guilt. So all of these hoovering tactics are going to come back at you if they sense on some level that you could possibly come back to them. Now, if you haven't left the relationship, if the relationship is still going on and you're just slowly starting to figure a person out, I get a ton of emails from people that say, I am in a relationship with someone who I think has NPD. Like, what do I do? What you're going to end up doing is you're going to start holding this person accountable. You're going to start setting boundaries. And this is where all of this comes into play. So if you never discard the relationship, don't be surprised if at some point they're going to find a new source of supply very, very quickly because they understand I'm never going to get away with half of the things that I want to get away with this person. This person no longer thinks I walk on water. And those two things right there are cause for them to jump ship. Now, once they have mentally jumped ship in their mind, a discard is 100% going to happen, but a discard will never happen until they have already found a new source of supply. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to comment